It was a warm day, and the birds were chirping as they were flying through the sky. Then the bus came storming through. The bus approached it. The lights. Someone kept calling. The sound of footsteps kept calling, and the hissing sound was approaching. A snake came up.
You boys ain't from around here, are ya? You boys ain't from around here, are ya? Where are you boys trying to head to? You boys best keep riding, you hear? And you hear? This town ain't big enough for the two of you.
Okay, so this is my decent stuff. One of my ideas is I want to do car parking. I want to talk about how I want to come about some bank trade walking and that car parking. It's good to see you. How was your Christmas? Now I am going to be interviewing. Now the style how I'm going to have it, how I'm going to plan it. The style I'm going to have it is that I'm going to have me with the microphone, COVID and all that. Recording booth, and I'll have like music posters around the background as well. Get things moving in it, and for the interviews that I'll be interviewing to get somebody via so and for the last 3 years, I haven't. I'll be asking how they go to music, how far they've come, etc. For the intro, the outro, I'm going to play my own jingle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm going to basically have their work and time. That's getting their focus really, and they're helping slow. I'm gonna say my intro, then do my slogan, and then I'll get onto the main thing. Topic. I'll get straight to the main conversation. As far as my target audience is concerned, I'm going to be aiming at people aged like 8, 11, 7. I feel like for those that love music, I think they'll feel attracted into listening to music. Maybe for those who don't know that much about music, maybe for those that don't know a lot of music, maybe for them, I'm gonna like basically I'm basically gonna be aiming my podcast at them because so that they can, for those that don't know music as much, they can listen to my podcast, and then when they've watched it back, maybe once or twice a week, they can look back on it and say, wow, now you know a lot about music. And the main props I'm going to be including the equipment I'm going to use. I'm going to have DSLR cameras. I'm going to have a tripod. I'm going to have I'm basically going to have I'm going to have a microphone as well. Mm-hmm. And because this is about music, I'm going to be dressing up like one of the hoodies and stuff. Headphones on the table. I'm basically going to have like I might have a radio as well, so that it makes my podcast more soothing, more vibrant. And as far as that's concerned, I basically because I want to monetize my podcast by having sponsorships, so that I can have other sponsors supporting my podcast. But also, I'm also going to have direct support, so I can ask my fans simply that to send me money to send support for my show. So that's like if my content, my personality goes well, then I can basically keep producing episodes every single day. And for my social preference, the way I'm going to present to showcase my podcast so that everyone knows what's going on. I'm gonna have posters of my podcast, then the title, who I'm interviewing, what I'm talking about, and I'm also basically going to include I'm also going to include a.
Right. Can I start off with you, my friend?
I'm going to include
to establish your level.
I'm going to include another poster, or like the final poster, so they know what day and what time they can tune in, and then I can just put down the links, the links they can watch my podcast on. So that way everyone can get, so that can attract all this attention, because for me to have a good audience and for me to for my podcast to grow, that I need to show my personality whilst I'm talking about the main topics. And yeah, so yeah, what do you mean?
So firstly, the poster idea, I think that's great. Like about your podcast, so people can see that you said tune in at what time, and like I think that's a really good idea. I really like the whole setting. So you're gonna have microphones, headphones. It's very like music, because you're obviously making this about music. So that's really good. The Zoom call that you said for the interview, I think that's a pretty good idea, because I was listening to podcasts like that, and they do have a lot of like calls like that, so I think that's really good. Do you want to inspire people with this? Because I think this could be a really good like type of inspiration.
I want to like basically inspire, because I've got my own podcast show on my YouTube channel, so I want to make my. So I've done 2 episodes so far, so I want to make my 3rd episode.
Have you developed your ideas?
Like this episode, I want to make it as special, but also more so that it can inspire young people. Say, if you want to know about music, listen to my podcast, so that you can understand more what I'm talking about, what music's all about, how to make it feel, what type of music you listen to, from saying.
And you said you want to speak about 2 artists.
Yeah, 2 artists.
And for that part, I think as something you could add, talk about their backstory to inspire people, how they started, because there's a lot of people who started like at the bottom with like no money and just completely grew. So I thought that would be
that's exactly that's what I'm going to be talking about as well. And I think in the build-up to my main podcast, I'm going to be survey. I'll be asking people, what do you do about music, and I'll do a survey. I'll do like a bar chart, and then give.
It's really good idea.
That's good.
I feel like it would be very inspirational.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like
so,
informative as well about the music music industry.
Absolutely. So that's my first idea. So my first idea doesn't go to plan. I have my plan B. My plan B is I want to talk about transfers, but in talk about players that coming out, and how I'm gonna plan.
Sports. It's about sports.
Yes, this is a sports type podcast. So this is my second idea. So what we talk about in my second idea is about talking about transfers of football players coming in and out of the football club. And I'll have two guests. I'll have the same as it is last time. I'll have me with a microphone in the room, and I'll be because it's going to be like a sporty type stuff. So I might come in the football jersey, tracksuit bottoms, and I'll have two guests with me, and we'll be discussing about transfers, who's going to be through, and then same as to my first idea, I'm going to be having a poster of like each poster of the main podcast, what I'm talking about, etc. Coming soon. Then I add another poster of the final one about the same topic, but adding the time, the day, when they can see it, where can they see it, and so they will know what time they can switch on to. And I think I'm gonna aim my target audience to people that love football, because we know boys love football. Maybe for girls, maybe they do love football, maybe not. Maybe for boys and girls, maybe they can get there. I can aim my podcast to them, because maybe for them, because maybe they want to know that. Maybe the favorite players might be going, they might be staying, or they might not stay. So I can aim my podcast at them, so they can get their interest in listening to my podcast. And as I said before, I think for the backdrop, I'm gonna have football posters. I'm gonna have basically just like. I'm gonna have a focus group. I'm gonna have football on the table. I'll have like I'm basically gonna have like a football scarf on the table. I'm gonna have basically, and for the outro, the intro, we'll start slow. Then we'll start at a high beat. Then we'll slow down a little bit. I'll do my intro, do my slogan. So you have to think about your focus group. And also, I'm going to basically talk about what we're talking about, with my guests, and then I'll get straight onto the main conversation. Focus group outside. So you can have to speak to your fellow friends here. And say, hey guys, can you be my focus group? I'm going to ask
like the other one, the props are really good. You said the scarf. I think they'll really have that energy. The post more about the timing, the schedule, and the sports ones. I think they'll give out like the right energy of your podcast. Your outfit, you said you want to wear something football related. That's a really good idea as well. Your target audience, you said you want it to be boys or both? Yeah, both. Like, both. Yeah, it can be very like, any gender can like sports. It can be very inspirational as well. You talk about like, the music one, the backstory.
Hello.
Sport players.
I'm just
do that. I
trying to establish really about
nice
your
to, like,
podcast and where I find you. What's your name again?
Do a sport, be active. It can be good.
Okay.
It's a good idea. I like it.
Yes.
Have you developed CO2 ideas for the podcast?
Jordan, thanks a lot for coming along this afternoon. I've invited you along to present to me your PowerPoint, which links two contextual theories, is that right?
Yes.
Two examples of video in relation to your final major project, which you're about to produce. So in your own time, go through the PowerPoint presentation, just giving me a summary of each slide.
So my PowerPoint is on semiotics and social action. So semiotics is a systematic study of the process of meaning making. It's like, is what
is when you connect. It's when you connect the meaning or to a sign as the interpreter's sign. Rolling bars for a sign as a denotation, as a literal what it is, and the sign could also have a connotation. The symbolotic implies suggesting meaning in addition or beyond the sign's literal meaning. It also includes that the idea that the reading of the sign or semiotics is based on the cultural and the ideological perspective of the person, audience, or media producer that reads the sign.
Well, thank you for that.
So the problem with semiotics is that audience are more active as time flies by, but at the same time, audience have become more passive into what they're watching. Now, for example, if I look at Madonna's music video "Like a Prayer," it uses a very culturally sensitive signs to illuminate a narrative with key signs that appear as religious icons that are juxtaposed with fears like a knife and cuts, and signifies to show the suffering signified. And another example is that Chantal Alamin's film Jean Diamond features signs that are presented at a pace of real life, not at a filmmaking or movie-like pace, but through this instance of a measured film. Realistically, rather than cinematographic, but time is used inside, and these signs of props and facial and body expressions and signifies as the pace of movement of action of a main character, which is a key sign signified aiming to connote certain emotions signified within the pace or also sign within the ordinary life.
Thank you.
Social action. Social action is about people coming together to improve and help their lives and solve problems together, and why they're important in their own communities. It can include volunteering, giving money, community action, or neighborly acts. In the late 20th century and early 21st century, Max Weber's social action ideas have become increasingly applied by media products who want to make media products that are intended to prompt and support changes of attitudes in society. He first created social action in the late 20th century. His ideas became more clearer and more vibrant to the media products who want to curate media products that are proposed to prompt and more guarantee support of the changes in attitude in society. There are 4 different types of social action. There's rational, affective, instrumental, and traditional.
Thank you for that. Well remembered.
The examples of social action, like Tupac's song Gospel Ghetto is about ending war on the streets, addressing the futility of racial differences and distinctions, particularly under the unifying of banner of poverty. And in the music video, you can see that there are many ways the shot of the character dead on the ground is in some ways a positive representation. Another example is that in the advert, Roll Up Your Sleeves TV ad, is persuading everyone to get COVID vaccine so that everyone can get back to doing what they love doing, which is seeing people and non-social distancing, as well as being able to go to events and being healthy and stable as they try to enjoy normal life. And third and final example is a short film of which I made, You Are Not Alone, which is a sign of embracing everyone what mental health is all about, and it catches our emotion towards my own backyard story of what my mental health is and how I was able to overcome my mental health experience and moreover it's a narrative and takes us to a journey to explore how I was able to overcome my mental health. I think the problem with social action is that it tends to ignore power distribution in society.
Wow, thank you very much for that. So, in retrospect, looking at social action contextual theory, and in terms of semiotics, wasn't it?
Semiotics, yeah.
How have these two theories affected your own production for the final major project?
Well, I want to combine my video with semiotics. I wanna include like denotation and connotation, so that there's a sign of towards what my video is. And with social action, I want my video to be more effective, so that people can feel the emotion, and but more so they can understand what my video is about. But just catching the audience's feelings, and catching their attention, because I want people to understand that when you're sociable, which I'm producing, I want my video to have a sign of having more of a denotation and connotation type, but also with social action coming into it, I want people to have the emotion of how it feels to be more sociable. So that's why I want my video. That's why I'm having two theories, so I can combine it together, so that there is a meaning there's a meaning towards it, so the audience can understand what my video is about and how I'm going to produce it.
Okay, so the video stands to have in it lighting or props or objects or gestures as signs which the audience will read and perceive. And this is in regard to you expressing feelings and experiences, I understand, to do with being more sociable and a social part of our lives.
Yeah.
The social action that you're looking to produce is going to be an effective social action, because you want the audience, you expect, your preferred reading of for the audience is that they would appreciate either their own sociability skills or appreciate the voice of an individual represented or individuals represented in the film, in the production, that are exhibiting social anxieties and social relationship expressions. Right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.